Jerry was lying on his luxurious 9-inch bed, staring at the poster of a beautiful woman, gradually drifting into a sweet dream. Suddenly, a nail pierced through the wall. The mouse was stunned. Then more nails kept jabbing in. With a loud bang, the luxurious bed vanished in an instant. Jerry fled in a panic with the nails chasing closely behind. It turned out Tom was using a nail gun. Suddenly, a nail blocked the way, followed by 4 more. Jerry was completely trapped. A fatal blow was about to strike. His life was hanging by a thread. But the nail suddenly got stuck. The nail gun ran out of air. Tom picked up a hammer from the ground, ready to smash it in. Jerry also gave up struggling.
Oz, give me a hand with this.
Jerry narrowly escaped death. Jack and Tom were carrying the bathtub upstairs. The mouse felt he had to take revenge. He quietly hid behind a bottle. Jack was so startled that he fell backwards. The two fell into the bathtub together and slid out the door, straight onto the frozen lake before stopping. Just as they breathed a sigh of relief, crack, the ice surface shattered. The brothers took an icy bath ahead of schedule. When they returned home, they set up mousetraps everywhere, vowing to catch him. But when they tried to leave, the door accidentally locked behind them. Now they were screwed. Mousetraps covered the entire room, but Jerry easily got past them with his agility. He climbed from the apron to the stove, then along the wires up to the shelves. A series of extreme operations simply amazed the two brothers. What a pity he didn't participate in obstacle challenges. After climbing on a can, he glanced at the brothers. See ya! A cherry fell to the ground, triggering a mousetrap, instantly setting off a chain reaction. The scene was so cathartic. The two brothers were clamped and howling, while he collected breakfast and left leisurely. The furious Jack picked up the vacuum cleaner and chased to the hole. The powerful suction was like a Category 12 tornado. Jerry held onto the wires tightly. Suddenly, Jack felt like he sucked something up. The pipe behind started spraying water and the vacuum bag bulged. It turned out they hit the sewer pipe, but the brothers were unaware. The vacuum bag swelled bigger and bigger, while Jerry had long run to the window to watch the show. With an explosion, the brothers were instantly dressed in black. At their wits' end, they called for reinforcements. The shop owner brought their ace in the hole, a cat that killed 7 Tibetan mastiffs with its bare teeth. It had a resounding name, Godzilla. A good show of cat-catching mouse officially began. The brothers thought this will do it, but Jerry was no pushover either. He set up a mousetrap formation, turning Godzilla into a cripple. He then tricked it into the elevator and took the opportunity to bite off the rope. With a huge bang, a generation of Cat King fell. The desperate brothers could only call the rodent exterminator Thanos. This time the little mouse should have nowhere to escape, right? Let's see how the rodent exterminator exterminates mice. There were 3 mouse droppings in front of him. He picked one up and sniffed it. Male, 9.9 centimeters long. Put it in his mouth and chewed. Boom, strawberry flavored. This stupefied even the mouse. The expert used a microdetector to scan the mouse hole. Unexpectedly, the mouse bit off the wire. When the expert found out, he reconnected the 2 ends, but the monitor showed a car. The expert sensed something was off. He looked out the window. The little mouse was activating the switch. The rollers turned and the ropes tightened. The expert was pulled from the 2nd floor to the 1st. He broke through the door and came to the front of the car. Knowing the expert liked it, the mouse intentionally left a mouse dropping for him before leaving. When Tom and Jack returned home, they were dumbfounded. At this moment, there was a sudden movement in the kitchen. There was actually a walking hamburger. Tom angrily knocked over the shelf.
Ow!
Jack lost his mind and chased the mouse into the fireplace, but got stuck in the chimney. The mouse took the opportunity to turn on the gas valve. Tom picked up a flashlight but found it had no battery. The considerate mouse handed him a box of matches. Tom shook it and Jack was launched into the sky. Coincidentally, he fell into the newly bought bathtub again, taking another bath. The furious Jack grabbed a gun. Seeing the mouse dive into the hole, he immediately aimed at the entrance, but he didn't know there was a rodent bomb left by the exterminator inside. The brothers had no choice. They decided to fix the house and then auction it off. On auction day, people in the audience bid one after another. The little mouse also came to the scene. Fortunately, Tom's eyes were quick. He grabbed the little mouse in one swift motion. Unexpectedly, the little mouse slipped into Tom's sleeve. Tom immediately started dancing around. He accidentally flicked the cigarette butt onto someone's head. Jack saw this, grabbed a glass of water and poured it. As a result, the beautiful woman's head was instantly smoking with rage. Jack took a hose and was about to put out the fire, but was doused by an old man with a basin of water. Jack saw the mouse dive into a hole and directly stuffed the hose in. He then returned to the auction site. At this point, the house price had soared to $30 million. The brothers were so excited that tears streamed down their faces. But just at the moment of the final strike, a huge wave of water suddenly burst through the wall, flushing all the guests outside. Jack hurriedly explained that this was testing the sturdiness of the house. Don't panic. As soon as he finished speaking, the entire house collapsed with a crash. It was completely ruined. The brothers could only drive to the dilapidated factory left by their father. They didn't expect the mouse to actually be clinging to the bottom of the car. In the factory, the mouse felt sorry for them. It put a piece of cheese into the machine, producing a rope-shaped cheese. Jack took a taste.
It's cheese.
Just like that, the bankrupt rope factory turned into a cheese factory. The brothers' business also thrived, and the little mouse became their taster. The family of 3 lived a sweet and happy life from then on.
No good, huh? Otis, more curry.